आज के टाइम पे एक यूथ जनरेशन के लिए एविएशन इंडस्ट्री में क्या क्या ऑप्शंस हैं?
There are a lot of opportunities in aviation. It's not just about becoming a pilot and becoming a crew. There are a lot more.
स्टार्टिंग से फ्रॉम द चाइल्डहुड यू वर हैविंग द ड्रीम ऑफ बिकमिंग अ पायलट?
No, I didn't even know if there is something like that.
अभी हमारी कंट्री में एविएशन इंडस्ट्री के अंदर पायलट बनना बहुत से लोगों को पता नहीं है. पीपल अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट इट, ठीक है, आई वांट टू बिकम अ पायलट, बट उन्हें ऐसा लगता है इट्स वेरी हार्ड. अब यू विल से द ट्रुथ हाउ हार्ड इट इज and how easy it is.
One is a person who has maths and physics in 12th, another person doesn't have maths and physics. So the other person also has an option.
Oh, still have the option.
Yes.
Okay.
So what the person can do is they can give maths and physics exam from open board. Now we come to someone who's maybe a doctor or a lawyer or
right. Any other profession.
From a very different profession. They can also go the same way. They can apply for the training, but before that they have to clear the maths and physics. One thing I would say is a very comfortable thing in aviation is because it's very flexible. You can choose to give your exam whenever you are ready. In India, this is one advantage that we have in India, that just having commercial pilot license, you can apply for the airlines. You can join an airline and start flying as a commercial pilot. So for CRM, you need to have good communications skills. You should be able to talk to people, and something as basic as you have to talk to the ATC. If you're not good in communication, it's a very big challenge for you. People who are very good in English, they also take time to get comfortable with it, because we have to be comfortable in hearing and understanding also. It's not just about the speaking. It's a very uncertain field. So not many banks give no for pilot training. So that was a big challenge. I mean, I don't even have a count of how many banks I've gone to.
So आज हमारे साथ संगीता वर्मा जी हैं और आज हम बात करने वाले हैं एविएशन इंडस्ट्री पे. स्पेशल टॉपिक्स जो हमारे साथ होने वाले हैं आज वो है हाउ टू बिकम अ कैबिन क्रू, हाउ टू बिकम अ पायलट. दैट इज़ नॉट एनफ. अगर आप एक 12th पास स्टूडेंट हो, अगर आप एक इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट हो, बिकॉज संगीता इज ऑल्सो अ बीटेक स्टूडेंट, स्टिल यू हैव चांस टू बिकम अ पायलट, स्टिल यू हैव चांस टू बिकम अ कैबिन क्रू. स्टे ट्यून्ड. अभी हम इस अपने एपिसोड में सारी बातें करने वाले हैं. ऑलराइट, सो संगीता जी, शुरुआत करना चाहूँगा मैं अपने शो की आपसे. स्मॉल इंट्रोडक्शन विद यू.
माय नेम इज संगीता वर्मा and I come from a small town and from a low middle class family. And my father was a veterinary doctor. And academically I'm a computer science engineer, as we spoke. And after my computer science engineering, I joined a startup in information security. I worked for about 1.5 years there. Then I switched to aviation. I started as a cabin crew, and then side by side I started preparing for my pilot training. And then eventually I went for my pilot training, and now I'm flying as a pilot.
All right. अभी जैसे you started explaining about your journey. So small town. May I have the state? किस state से you belong?
हरियाणा.
हरियाणा से. Okay. Starting से from the childhood, you were having the dream of becoming a pilot?
No, I didn't even know if there is something like that.
Because I remember my childhood days. बचपन में जब भी कोई पूछा करते थे, कोई पेरेंट्स या कोई भी, स्पेशली जब गेस्ट कोई घर आया करते थे, बेटा क्या बनना चाहते हो बड़े होके. सो 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 टॉपिक्स जो हमारे उस टाइम पे दिमाग में हुआ करता था, वर्ड सुनने में बहुत अच्छा लगता था. एस्ट्रोनॉट, पायलट. तो आई थॉट कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं आपके साथ भी कि हाँ यू वांट टू बिकम अ पायलट स्टार्टिंग से?
ऐसा नहीं था, but then there was one name which used to fascinate me a lot, which was Kalpana Chawla. And me and my dad used to talk a lot about it. And around I think I was in school that time when she passed away and the whole thing happened. So I remember me and my dad having a lot of conversation about her. But still, coming from lower middle class family and from a small town, you don't get too much information about different fields. Like you have very, very limited information. So for me also, plus I come from a family which is very conservative, where girls are not really encouraged to go out and do things. So for me, I would say the change maker was my dad, my father. So he was the one who used to encourage me. He was like, you should have your own opinion. You should have that independence that, you know, you can do whatever you want in life and do whatever it takes to build that. So initially, the only options which I used to think I have is either become a doctor or a teacher, because that was the thing in the family. So there's no other field for girls. So, but then when I came, when I did my 10th, and then when I was, you know, so I always had that one thing that I had a little different mentality than most of the people in the family, most of the kids in the family. So I don't know where I heard about the engineering thing, and then I suddenly started showing that interest that no, I don't want to become a doctor or teacher. I would better, you know, go for something else. I want to do engineering. And then my dad was very supportive. He encouraged us, like, do whatever you want. And then I started preparing for IIT. Didn't make it. Lots were going on that time, so didn't make it. But then I did my engineering, and after engineering, then I was not very keen on programming. So I wanted to try something different, and then suddenly, like I used to research a lot. So I came across some information security stuff. Like I think the first thing which I came across was cryptography. So how, you know, data is manipulated to just, you know, conceal. So I started researching a little about it. I remember writing a research paper also on cryptography. Then I started developing interest in information security, and I was lucky enough to get an internship in a startup in information security. I joined them, worked with them for about 6 months in internship. And just before finishing the internship, they offered me a full-time job. So I joined them.
This is after completion of your BTech, right?
BTech, yeah. So last year, like last semester is your project that you have to do. So I joined them for that project, internship. So, and I joined the same company as a full-time employee also. So I worked with them for about 1.5 years, learned a lot. I mean, that job was real change maker for me, because it taught me so many skills, so many things which I think are going to help me all throughout my life. And then I kind of realized I'm not meant for a desk job. I was not enjoying the desk part of it. I used to enjoy the research part of it, learning part of it, but not the desk part of it. So then I remember I was traveling to Hyderabad for a project, and that was my first ever travel by air. So
after completion of your BTech.
Yeah, I had no idea about aviation or anything. So that was the first time I traveled. And so yeah, that flight was quite fascinating for me. I really enjoyed that
flying in the air.
Flying in the air. And then so that was the first time like I saw pilots going in the cockpit. There's just so many things going on, and I was finding it very fascinating. The first, you know, the thing I remember is my manager was also traveling with me. So he told me that just look at the wing, you know, before takeoff something changes. So I was just looking outside, and I could see the flaps being extended. So then that thing gave me a little more interest towards it. That why does it, you know, go like that? So I did a little research.
May I have idea of the year that we are talking about?
It was 2015.
2015. 2024 now.
Yeah.
Wow, it's the 9 years of journey. Now you're pilot. Wow, great.
So then I researched a little more about it, but then at the same time there was not much information available on internet also. And because it's not very explored field, you'll not find that crisp information on internet. And even if you don't have someone coming from aviation, you'll get confused with the information which is available, because there are so many things given which you don't really understand. So, and I thought at least start from somewhere. and then I gave interview for cabin crew. And I remember going for the interview because I was not very confident in the communication part. So I remember it was Jet Airways interview. There were
Okay.
at least 500 people who came for the interview.
Okay.
And out of so I saw people there, how well groomed they were,
Right.
how they were so good in the communication part, and I freaked out because I didn't have the confidence. So I called up my manager and I was like, sir, I don't think I can make it. I mean, there are so many people who have come from the institutes who have prepared them well,
Right.
and I don't think I'm good enough to even compete with them. Forget about being selected.
Yeah.
He was like, see, you have gone there, just take my word, just stay there, give the interview. So he was like, see, you have taken that much of effort to go there, might as well give the interview.
Yeah.
Better to fail than not trying. So I gave the interview, I got selected
For
And-
cabin crew?
for cabin crew,
Okay.
Jet Airways. And so it was my last round of Jet Airways interview. I got free early, and so I thought maybe I can explore one more thing. I just randomly walked to Vistara's office and then gave my interview there. And I got reply from both of the airlines on the same day. So now I had to choose between Vistara and Jet Airways. I joined Vistara. And then, so from the very first day when I joined as a cabin crew, I knew I want to become a pilot. And so I started getting little information from people around, whatever information I could gather. So initially people were not taking me that seriously, but then eventually they saw me working towards it, studying. So people started giving me the information. So I gathered the information. Then finances was a big challenge because I was not taking anything from the family. I had to manage my own finances, and the investment is huge in aviation. I mean, it's like at least it's 60 to 70 lakhs
That you need to spend.
you need to spend on your training.
Wow.
It's, I mean, your commercial pilot license training and your type rating as well. So that is minimum.
Okay.
So you might have to spend more than that. And so I figured out how to go about my finances also, find a, I had to find a way to manage the loan because it's a very uncertain field. So not many banks give loan for pilot training.
Right.
So that was a big challenge. I mean, I don't even have a count of how many banks I've gone to inquiring about it. Then finally I managed to get loan from SBI. And then I started preparing for my exams, and by the time I finished my exam I got leaves from the airline. So I went for my flying training. So I cleared my papers before going for flying, so that after coming back I don't have to struggle with the timeline. So I think anybody who has who doesn't have much resources, one thing that can help you is managing the timings of your things. Like for example, when you have to go for flying training, after coming back you'll just have like 6 months to finish your papers. So you should better give your papers first and then go for flying. So that after coming back you can just straight away apply for the license. So then I went to US for my flying training. Then finished my training, came back, finished all the formalities, and then I got my license. And I got my license in October 2019. From December, COVID started.
Okay.
So the market just went down. Everything was shut. And so I started flying again as a cabin crew. And I flew as a cabin crew for another 2 years, 2.5 years. And then finally, when the aviation started opening up and the vacancies started coming, so then I gave the exams, interview and all, and then I cleared my papers, and then so that's how.
You already covered the entire journey in one go. So for better understanding to our audience, मैं इसको थोड़ा सा elaborate करना चाहूँगा एक बार. So before we start, I just want to explain my audience. Like Sangeeta is having BTech degree. Sangeeta just completed BTech in computer science, 2015 pass out. After completion of BTech, she opted to choose a job in IT. And approximate for 2 years.
Yeah, approximately 2
Approximate for 2 years, she worked as analyst. That is in IT. After having experience of 2 years, she started her aviation industry exposure. So the first job she got as cabin crew in
2016.
2016 she started her aviation industry exposure as cabin crew. 2019 you got your first license of
commercial
pilot, but again due to covid आपको
Yeah.
फिर से स्विच करना पड़ा
Yeah.
cabin crew में. एंड उसके बाद फिर आपने फ्लाइंग कब से स्टार्ट कर दी?
I started in March 2022.
मार्च 2022. नाउ एक जो यहाँ पे है, मैं वन स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपसे बात करना चाहूँगा. सपोज इफ़ अ स्टूडेंट, ठीक है, मैं 2-3 प्रैक्टिकल बातें आपसे करूँगा. इफ़ अ स्टूडेंट हु इज़ अ 12th पास आउट, इफ़ अ स्टूडेंट अगेन आपकी जर्नी जिसने बीटेक कंप्लीट किया एंड ही इज़ वर्किंग ऑन सम प्रोफाइल or she is working for some profile like analyst, AI developer or anything. One doctor, maybe she is a dentist or MBBS, anything. So 3 profiles we have. After having experience of approx 1 year or 2 year, now they wanted to have, ठीक है, उनको एक ड्रीम है कि now अब मुझे भी पायलट बनना है. I want to opt aviation industry. I want to be a cabin crew or maybe I want to become a pilot because एक रिसर्च और एक मेरी एक ऑब्जर्वेशन भी है कि एविएशन इंडस्ट्री में जाना बहुत से लोगों का ड्रीम है, बहुत से लोगों का. एविएशन में भी व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट पायलट, बिकमिंग अ पायलट, बहुत से लोगों का ड्रीम है. एंड व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट, स्पेशली व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट विमेन, इंडिया के अंदर यू नो इट वेरी वेल, द टॉप कंट्री अभी के टाइम पे इन टर्म्स ऑफ विमेन पायलट, वी आर ऑन टॉप. अभी भी जबकि वी आर हैविंग वेरी लेस नॉलेज, अभी हमारी कंट्री में एविएशन इंडस्ट्री के अंदर पायलट बनना बहुत से लोगों को पता नहीं है. पीपल अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट इट, ठीक है, आई वांट टू बिकम अ पायलट, बट उन्हें ऐसा लगता है इट्स वेरी हार्ड. अब यू विल से द ट्रुथ, हाउ हार्ड इट इज़ and how easy it is. What are the hurdles that a person, if I'm dreaming to become a pilot, what are the hurdles, what are the challenges, the basic challenges that I will face and how to overcome that? आपकी जर्नी से ही हमें पता चल जाएगी.
So I'll take one by one.
Yeah.
For example, you mentioned 3 cases.
Yes.
One is somebody who's 12th pass.
Yes.
So the person who's 12th pass, the person needs to have maths and physics in 12th to go
Maths
for
and
pilot
physics.
training. It's a
Okay.
requirement in India. It's not
Maths and physics. Do we
Yeah.
have number criteria as well?
Not really. You just need to be maths and
Maths and
physics
physics.
pass out.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a requirement in India only, as far as I know.
Okay.
It's not a requirement in other countries.
All right.
So 12th pass person who has maths and physics, the person can straight away start their training, and go for their ground classes
Right.
and the flying training. For example, now there are 2 scenarios. One is a person who has maths and physics in 12th.
Yeah.
Another person doesn't have maths and physics. So the other person also has an option.
Oh, still have the option.
Yes.
Okay.
So what the person can do is they can give maths and physics exam from open board. They can clear the
Okay.
exam.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised to know there are so many pilots who are not really from maths and physics background. They give
And they are
exam
not
from the
pilot.
open
Okay.
board, and then that's how they went for their training.
Wow.
So I'm in touch with so many people who are still doing it and
Okay.
who keep asking me how to go about it.
Nice.
And so these are the 2 scenarios of 2 cases who are 12th pass. Now somebody who is an engineer. So
Okay.
the person will have maths and physics
Definitely.
in 12th
Yeah.
for sure. So the person can straight away go for their training. Just
When
start
we
the
talk
process.
about go for the training, it means like interview or what we are talking about?
So pilot training interview is a later thing.
Okay.
So for pilot training, first you have to have your commercial pilot license. So for commercial pilot license, first thing is there are so many things that you have to do.
Alright.
For example, one thing is your medicals.
Okay.
So before investing such a huge amount, you should first get your medicals done. It's called Class 1 medical, which is, and every year as a pilot you have to undergo medicals.
Okay.
You have to stay fit as a pilot.
Okay.
So you give your Class 1 medical test, and then once you get your Class 1 assessment, then I would suggest you should go for flying. You should not just straight away go for flying, because if there is even slightest issue and you are medically down, it's a loss
Right.
for you.
Right.
So, and another thing that you have to, maybe you can do it side by side also, you can apply for your computer number.
Okay.
So computer number क्या होता है, मतलब जैसे DGCA is the
Authority,
agency,
yes.
authority which
Yeah.
handles pilot
Aviation industry,
aviation
everything.
industry
Yeah,
basically.
right.
So आपका DGCA के records में जो number है, that is exams के लिए, that
Okay.
is your computer number.
All right.
एंड जैसे ही आप अपने मेडिकल्स दोगे ना, आपको एक PMR फाइल नंबर मिलता है, वो सारे रिकॉर्ड्स में आपका नंबर रहेगा फॉर ऑल, जो भी आपके लाइसेंस के रिकॉर्ड्स हैं सब कुछ, वो आपका PMR फाइल नंबर रहेगा.
Okay.
सो 2 नंबर्स आपको यहाँ से लेने होंगे, एक तो PMR फाइल नंबर जो मेडिकल होते ही आपको इशू हो जाएगा, एंड दूसरा चीज़ जो होगा वो आपका कंप्यूटर नंबर. कंप्यूटर नंबर इज बेसिकली योर आइडेंटिटी एग्जाम देने के लिए.
Okay.
सो आपको आप साइड बाय साइड कंप्यूटर नंबर के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हो, एंड वंस यू गेट योर कंप्यूटर नंबर देन यू कैन स्टार्ट गिविंग द एग्जाम्स. सो अगर आप इंडिया में फ्लाइंग ट्रेनिंग करते हो तो यू हैव टू गिव 5 एग्जाम्स.
5 exams.
5 exams.
Okay.
One is aviation meteorology. It's basically about the weather. Then air navigation. It's about how you navigate from one point to another. Then one is technical general. Basically how aircraft flies, how lift is generated, performance part of it. Then another is regulations. There are regulations in aviation that you have to follow. Regulations in terms of everything from taxiway markings to runway markings to everything that you need to know about aviation is under regulations. And one paper is your technical specific. For example, you start flying a Cessna 152. You have to give that specific paper for that aircraft.
Okay.
So Cessna 152, 172, whichever aircraft you are flying, you have to get technical specific paper for that. So these are the exams that you have to clear. There's another exam which is RTR, radio telephony license basically. So because you speak to the ATC as a pilot, you have to communicate with the ground all the time. So there are certain terminologies which are used. There's a particular type or particular structure of English that is used.
Okay.
So for that you give RTR, radio telephony license. So these exams, when you do flying in India, if you do flying outside India, for example, I did my flying in US.
Okay.
So there you just have to give 3 exams in terms of technical plus 1 RTR. So you just have to give navigation exam, you have to give meteorology and regulations. That's
3
it.
exams,
You don't have to give technical, general and specific
Okay.
because there also you give the exams. You
Okay.
can use the same exams. And so this is how you finish your papers, then you go for your flying training.
Okay.
So you need to have 200 hours as per Indian requirement
Okay.
on a smaller aircraft, maybe 2-seater or 4-seater. And out of which 175 hours have to be single engine, 25 hours have to be multi-engine.
Okay.
And then once you finish your flying training, so when you are doing flying in India, so all the training and so you don't really have to apply for a conversion or something. Once you finish your hours, you have your papers cleared, you put your papers with DGC and ask them for license.
Okay.
They'll issue you the license.
Okay.
But if you do flying outside India, so you have to come back and give conversion checks. So there are about 8.5 hours of flying which you can join any flying school in India. Give that training, get that training and give the checks, and then you can apply for your license.
Okay.
So this is the process. And so somebody who has just done engineering can straight away give go for the
exams.
training.
Okay.
Yeah, straight away give the exams. And now we come to someone who's maybe a doctor or a lawyer or
right. Any other
from a
profession.
very different
Yeah.
profession. They can also go the same way.
Okay.
They can apply for the training, but before that they have to clear the maths and physics. So they can go the same
Again, the
way,
open
university and maths and physics, and then they can
The same process.
same process.
Do we have any round of interview where communication skill or personal interview exists?
Yes.
Okay.
Once you apply for the airlines, that's
Okay.
where you go for the interview.
This is the first step?
No, this is the second step. Airlines have different procedures and different different rounds.
Okay.
Like Indigo has different rounds and different way of selecting
All
pilots.
right. So
Vistara has
all
different-
airlines are having different strategies and different
strategies,
patterns
yeah.
that they follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some airlines they have technical exam, written exam.
Okay.
Once you clear the technical exam, then they have some aptitude test.
All right.
And then once you clear the aptitude test, then they take your interview. Some
Okay.
airlines have group discussion rounds also.
Okay.
So then you have personal interview,
Mhm.
and then some airlines have simulator check also if you're
Okay.
type rated.
Okay.
So then they have simulator checks also. If you're non-type rated, then you don't have to go through simulator check.
Right.
So yeah, personal interview is very much, and it is important because communication is a very, very important part of, be it a crew, be it a pilot. For both, communication is very, very important.
That is the
because
primary step. I would
primary
say.
because there's a very big thing in aviation which is called crew resource management.
Okay.
That is basically how you communicate with others, how you basically delegate duties,
Yes.
and how you basically manage a task.
Right.
So for CRM you need to have good communication skills. You should be able to talk to people, and something as basic as you have to talk to the ATC.
Yeah.
If you're not good in communication,
Right.
it's a very big challenge for you.
Right.
So, and it takes time. I mean, people who are very good in English, they also take time to get comfortable with it, because you have to be comfortable in hearing and understanding also. It's not just about the speaking.
Right.
Hearing and the comprehension part of it.
You need to
is
understand the orders. You need to understand
Yes.
everything. So it's actually needed.
Yeah.
Sangeeta, when we talk about the domestic market, like when I talk about India, आपने बताया India के अंदर there are 5 patterns. I mean 5 exams. When I talk about US market, 3 exams. What are the changes or what are the cost if we talk about कि इंडिया के अंदर से अगर कोई भी स्टूडेंट और कैसे कोई भी एक हैं जो यहाँ से अपनी कोर्स को कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं एंड अ पर्सन हु इज ट्राइंग टू ऑप्ट फ्रॉम यूएस, व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस एंड व्हाट आर द कॉस्ट? मैं पहले कॉस्ट की बात करूँगा, चैलेंजेस बाद में बात करते हैं. कॉस्ट में क्या बड़ा गैप है?
कॉस्ट में बड़ा गैप ये है कि एक तो आपका कॉस्ट डिपेंड करता है कि आप कितना टाइम में ट्रेनिंग फिनिश कर रहे हो.
Okay.
Somebody who is finishing training in 6 months, 7 months will
Okay.
spend less as compared to somebody who's taking 3.5 years in the training. I'll tell why. Because accommodation charges are very huge in US. I used to pay somewhere around, I think the room I was staying in, the cost of, in Indian currency, per month cost of it was somewhere around 57,000 rupees
पर मंथ.
per month. So the longer you take, you spend more money.
यूएस में कहाँ से आपने ये?
I did it from Tampa, Florida.
फ्लोरिडा. ओके.
So accommodation cost, and then food. Food is very expensive, and traveling is very expensive.
Right.
So in India, these things will save you some money, but overall cost comes as very similar. You might have, you might be able to finish it in cheaper prices in US because of the oil prices and
Okay.
everything, fuel prices, which is a little less than India. So that's how you can, and another thing is, another difference is, for example, US. I did my training from US. So US is much more about practical aspect of flying.
Okay.
So they make you face the challenges. They remove that fear from your mind that, okay, I mean, something as simple as just a normal flight, you're flying with your instructor and suddenly he'll be like, okay, he'll cut the power, and he'll be like, engine failed, what will you do? You're just calm, sitting, not thinking about anything, and then suddenly you are like, okay, what do I do now? You have to take it, and they, they make you practice those things as if it's a real life thing.
Okay.
So, which is not, I am not really sure it's I don't see that kind of confidence in many students in India who have done flying in India. Okay. Not everybody, there are some very, very good schools also, like IGRUA, they have good quality of training. And there are other schools also. I'm not sure of many schools.
Yeah.
But yeah, some schools have very good quality of training. But enjoying part of it, I mean, I enjoyed my training thoroughly. Like just randomly you are like, okay, weather is fine. Just want to go and have food somewhere, because you have much more resources in
Right.
US. So you just get the tanks full, take off
Let's
and go for a cross country, land somewhere near to the beach, park
Okay.
the aircraft, go have fun, take the aircraft and come back. So that kind of flying is something which you don't get to
Right.
experience in India.
Yeah. Why you opted United States over India?
For me, major thing was time. I
Okay.
just had like 6 to 7 months to finish my training,
Okay.
and it's not very common to see that kind of
In
timeline
India.
in India.
Okay.
So since I was already working, so I did everything all together, working as a crew
Yeah.
and then doing my pilot training
Right.
also. So for that, the time limitation was the biggest challenge for me. So in US, I finished everything in 6 months. Whereas
Completed all the training that you had?
yeah, 6
In
months.
6 months?
6 months.
You came back?
Came back.
Wow.
And-
So, I believe जिस टाइम पे आपने ये 6 month का गैप लिया होगा, you were working as a cabin crew
Cabin crew.
for Vistara.
Yeah.
So you resigned from that job, or you have taken any off
No,
or
it-
something? How you
The
managed?
airline was very kind.
Oh, nice.
They gave me leaves for it.
For 6 months.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was actually 7 months because there was certain documentation thing also which had to be finished. So they gave me leaves for 7 months.
Okay.
And so I cleared my papers while flying as a cabin crew. Since I was already flying, I didn't have much time to
Okay.
study. So I took one paper at a time.
Okay.
So give one paper in one attempt, cleared it,
Mhm.
then studied for the other paper,
Mhm.
gave that paper in the next attempt. So it took me about 8-9 months to finish my written exams, and then I asked the airline. So I had asked the airline much before for the leaves and the support which I was looking for, and they agreed to give me that. And yeah, so by the time I finished my papers, I got approval for the leaves.
Okay.
And then I went to US and finished my. So it just happened like dot by dot.
Do we have any age limit for cabin crew, or I could say for pilot? Do we have any age limit?
I think for pilots, it's most of the airlines, they have every airline has a different criteria.
Yeah, again, yeah.
So most of the airline, I think they have age limit of 32 or 35
Max 35, I could
as to join as a trainee first officer
Okay.
on the bottom level.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are experienced and if you have hours, then you can join at any age. You can fly up till 65 years.
All right.
But you have to maintain your medical certificate. I mean, you cannot do anything with your license if you're not medically fit.
If you're not fit.
Yeah.
Right. Again, for crew is same. The age limit is same.
I'm not sure, but I think it's somewhere around 30.
Somewhere around.
Yeah.
Okay. When I talk about जब आपने अपनी एविएशन इंडस्ट्री की करियर की शुरुआत की, did you choose or did you opted any coaching institutes like Frank Finn or something?
I didn't for the cabin crew.
Yeah.
No. So you'll be surprised, and most of the people get surprised when I tell them this. You don't actually have to go for any course or something. You don't have to join any. You don't have to join. If you want to join to improve your skills, that is a
That's
different
story, yeah.
scenario. But you can straight away go for a walk-in interview.
Directly.
Directly, yeah. Most of the
Alright.
airlines are the walk-in interview. They can directly go for. I just went for a walk-in interview.
Alright. मैं इसको थोड़ा सा और अच्छे से समझना चाहूँगा. Suppose I want to become a cabin crew or maybe pilot. ठीक है? मैं स्टेप बाय स्टेप चलता हूँ. मुझे पायलट बनना है. मैं अपनी स्टोरी आपको बताता हूँ. ठीक है? आई एम इंटरेस्टेड आफ्टर हैविंग दिस कन्वर्सेशन. मेरा माइंड पूरा चेंज हो गया और मैं पायलट बनना चाह रहा हूँ अब. तो व्हाट विल द फर्स्ट स्टेप? क्या मुझे पहले इसके हेड ऑफिस में जाके अप्लाई करना है? दैट विल बी द फर्स्ट स्टेप.
Go for a medical assessment.
फर्स्ट मेडिकल असेसमेंट. ओके. मैं यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ. सपोज आई वांट टू बिकम अ पायलट. ठीक है? मेडिकल असेसमेंट दैट्स फाइन. आई विल गो. आई विल हैव इट. व्हाट विल बी द नेक्स्ट स्टेप?
So, see, to become a pilot, to join as a pilot in the airline, you need to have your license, commercial pilot license.
Okay.
That you get after finishing all this process.
All this process.
Yeah.
But for completing all these processes, what will be the step?
First step, medicals.
I need to
Side by side.
Okay, हाँ,
yeah.
ठीक है.
Apply for your computer number.
Okay.
And once you get the computer number, you
Anyone can apply for that?
anyone can apply.
Anyone can apply.
Anyone can apply.
What will be the charges and amount for that?
It's not much. I think it's somewhere around maybe 1,000 or 2,000 rupees, something like that. Not much.
And the amount that you're talking about, like 60 or 70 lakh rupees, this is
That is
something.
flying training.
Do we
So-
need to show that proof?
No.
Not needed.
So you can do flying training later on. You have
All
to
right.
just start the so for example.
This is the basic step, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let me just relate to for example in engineering.
Okay.
To go for any on-site project, you first start the ground training. You start learning the technical part of it. You
Yeah.
start making
Okay.
the strategy how you want to go about it. What are the requirements of something? So requirement is you have your medicals.
All
You
right.
should have your papers cleared.
Okay.
And these two things, once these two things are done,
When we talk about papers clear, it means
all those 5 papers I was telling you about.
all right. ठीक है.
So 3 things you require.
Okay.
One is your medical, second is your papers, and third is your flying training to get
Okay.
to get the whole
All
process,
right, I
the
got it now.
commercial
This is
pilot
completely
license.
3-step process.
3-step process.
First step is medical.
Yeah.
Second step is all the exams that we are
Exams.
talking about.
Yeah.
Who conduct these exams?
DGCA.
Till the time I'm giving all the exams, I don't need to work on the fund part. I mean, I don't need to show this to anyone,
No.
right?
You don't have to show funds to anyone except
I don't
the
need
visa
to-
agency if you go outside India or the flying school you're going to. You don't
Oh,
have
nice.
to show funds to anyone.
Then the third step is
Your flying training.
Flying
Your
training.
200 hours of flying, which you do in India or you do outside India.
okay. After completion of the 5 exams, I can opt for flying training, and that is where all the funds are needed.
Yeah.
that we
In
need
fact,
to
you can do your flying before clearing your papers also.
That is again a
clearing as in
possibility.
if you're going outside India. So in India, I think you have to clear the papers first. If you're going outside India, you can come back from your flying training and give the paper. But I'll
Okay.
not recommend that because as far as I know, after coming back you just have 6 months to finish your papers. Otherwise, you have to do some extra hours for recency. So my suggestion is finish the papers first and then
First.
you go for your flying training so that you don't end up wasting money for no reason.
और अगर मैं इसमें on an average, if I talk about on an average, suppose if 100 candidates are applying for the exams, the 5 exams, what are the ratio of passing the exams?
Not really sure of that, but it's somewhere around I think 70-80.
That's a
should
good
be.
ratio, I could
That's
say.
a decent ratio.
Nice.
So exams are, I mean, one thing I would say is a very comfortable thing in aviation is because it's very flexible. You can choose to give your exam whenever you are ready. There
Okay.
are on-demand exams also,
All right.
and there are regular sessions also. So you can give exams in your regular sessions also. And so, for example, you don't feel ready in this attempt. You can skip the attempt. You can give exam in the next attempt. Every I think 3 months, 2-3 months, there's an attempt where you can give the exam. You can do one paper at a time. You can take all papers all together. So it's very much flexible. You can choose to do it the way you want. And the technical part of it, most of the people go for ground classes. There are coaching institutes, where you can get coaching. I didn't have that option because I was already flying. I hardly
Yeah.
had any time.
Right.
So I had to study on my own
Okay.
and to understand things. But I had a privilege since I was already flying as a crew. So if I get a doubt, I could just straight away walk in the cockpit and ask the
Yeah.
captain that, okay, I have this doubt. Can you please help me with
Okay.
it? So that was advantage which I had. There were so many things, for example, which I learned by observing things. That okay, we are taxiing and I look outside the window and I like the lights are different, and then when we are taking off, okay, the lights are different. So you understand that okay,
Yeah.
there are different colored lights which indicate that okay, this is a taxiway, this is a runway, and so a lot of things I got to learn just by observing my surroundings. That okay, when aircraft is taking off, so the pitch is very different. When it's landing, the pitch is different. So those small things I would say anybody there are lots of people who are crew and who are preparing to become pilots.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of advantage.
I have a question here, like taking off and landing. When we talk about, एक बहुत silly question मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा है. As a pilot, what do you think? ज़्यादा hard कौन सा है? Take off or landing?
Well, every takeoff is optional.
Okay.
Every landing is mandatory.
Nice.
Because
Safe landing is
it's
mandatory.
better to be on ground,
Yeah,
and be in
right.
trouble than being in the air
Exactly.
and in trouble.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
ठीक है. वी कवर्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ करियर गाइडेंस. आई बिलीव हमने काफ़ी सारे पॉइंट्स पे बात करे. हमने इंडिया के ऑप्शंस पे भी डिस्कस किया एंड वी ऑलरेडी डिस्कस अबाउट द अपॉर्चुनिटीज दैट इज इन यूएस. अपार्ट फ्रॉम यूएस, इफ बिकॉज यूएस जहाँ की करेंसी बहुत ज़्यादा हाई है, अगर मैं किसी और कंट्री की बात करूँ, सपोज जर्मनी और मे बी न्यूजीलैंड या कहीं ऑस्ट्रेलिया, कनाडा, do we have this option? We can go?
Yes.
We have the option?
yeah.
Okay.
Everywhere, like for US, you get FAA license.
FAA.
AA.
Okay.
Yeah, Federal Aviation Association.
Okay.
So you get FAA license from US. Like you can do flying in Canada also.
All right.
So just yesterday, I got a call from a colleague. She was asking about her brother who's about to get his PR in Canada.
Okay.
And she was asking if he can do this,
All right.
commercial
Yeah.
pilot
Yeah.
license thing. And then, I was suggesting her, for example, this is another way of doing it. If someone, for example, you have the option of getting PR, get the PR, you can do your flying side by side. You can do part-time job and earn money from that
Yeah.
and invest in your flying.
Yes.
And
That's a good
then you can
pathway.
start flying as an instructor. So because I think the requirement is 1500 hours. You need, in India, this is one advantage that we have in India, that just having commercial pilot license, you can apply for the airlines. You can
Okay.
join an airline and start flying as a commercial pilot. But in other countries like US and I think Canada also has the same thing. You need 1500 hours. You need your ATPL. So ATPL is the next step of CPL, commercial pilot license. So once you get 1500 hours, then you get your ATPL and then you can apply for the airline. So journey is a little longer in
Yeah.
other countries.
Right.
India, you can straight away start after getting your commercial
After
pilot.
having the license from United States, FAA, that you are explaining, are you eligible to fly in United States?
No.
No. Do we have another exam that we need
So
to
you
pass?
need to, you are eligible to fly
Okay.
only if you have the visa.
Okay.
Challenge is visa.
All right.
It's not the like license is not a challenge. You have FA license.
You already
can
have
very
the
well,
license.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can.
Yeah, you can apply for anything, but then visa is a part because they don't get they don't give sponsorship. You don't get sponsorship that
What kind of
easily.
visa is needed for that?
Normal work visa.
This H1B.
Yeah.
That's the same one.
H1B.
Okay. All
Because
right.
when you go for flying training,
Yeah.
you get M1 visa.
M1 visa.
That is basically for vocational courses.
Okay.
So you get M1 visa, multiple entries,
Yeah.
and that is only and only for training. You cannot be
No work
doing
visa
part
on
time.
that.
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
do. You can't even do a
wo-
part time
Oh,
also.
all right.
So you have to just stick to the course.
All right. ठीक है. This is a part of pilot that we discussed. Now, when we talk about cabin crew के लिए, in terms of amount, what kind of fund is needed?
I
For
don't
training.
think you need any amount. I didn't pay anything to become a cabin crew.
Oh,
I just walked in for a.
we don't need 60-70 lakh for that. So,
No.
so easily we can go.
Easily you
go
can
for the walk-in.
Yeah, some airlines they do have some amount they charge, but it's I think somewhere around 50,000 something,
That's
not more
fine.
than that. I
Okay.
think, or maybe max to max a lakh or something. I don't think because at my time when I applied for the cabin crew, there was no amount which I had to pay.
All right.
You might have to give post-dated checks because they train you. They give you training for
Yeah.
like 3 months, 4 months, and you can't
Training is
just.
for 3 months.
Generally 3 months. Sometimes it can be longer also.
Okay.
You generally go for a couple of days for your service training.
Alright.
Then a little longer you have your safety training. Another fun fact which not many people are aware of. Many people just think that cabin crew is just about the service
Yeah.
and just being presentable, look good. No,
Right.
it's not that. You have to, they have to undergo training, safety training, first aid training, security training.
Okay.
I mean, you have to be able to analyze people, analyze a profile. For example, you feel like a passenger is being suspicious, or like looking suspicious, there could be something wrong, because you have to be very very
Anything,
careful
right,
about even
right.
smallest of the thing
Yeah.
in aviation. So they are trained for those things. They are trained for first aid training. They can give you first aid on board. You might be hearing stories where
Yeah.
there was a delivery at
Right,
35,000
right,
feet.
right,
A baby
yeah.
was born at 35,000
Yes.
feet, because crew are trained for that.
Wow.
They are trained for all the first aid. They know which medicine to give when, if somebody is sick or something is happening. They know how to administer oxygen. They know how to calm down a passenger. There are lots of passengers who are scared of flying. They get anxiety attacks and all. So
Yeah,
people
right.
know how to calm them down. They are trained for it. It's not just about the service. It's a very very small part of it. They are trained about the rules. Like we were talking about Nirja. It
Yeah,
wasn't just
right,
about
right.
the service. There was
Yeah.
a lot more than that.
Exactly.
And so yeah, for first aid training, security training, like you cannot just allow anyone to enter the aircraft. You have to identify, like there are different levels of security training also for pilots, for cabin crew, for the security staff also. So it's not just about service, and it's not just about glamour and that show.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more to aviation than just a glamorous
Right,
industry.
This is kind of information that is actually needed to be on the screen, because बहुत से लोगों को इतनी ज़्यादा detailed information नहीं पता होती
In fact,
हैं.
many things, like for example, people are very just doing random fun. They use words. For example, hijack or
Yeah,
bomb.
it's so common.
It
Yeah.
can land
Friends,
them-
if 5 or 6 people
Yeah.
are traveling,
Yeah.
hey friend, अभी plane hijack हो जाएगा,
हाँ.
अभी ये,
Yeah,
it's very common.
It's a very common thing, and people don't realize this can actually land them in jail. It can land them in trouble, because these words. I mean, just imagine the level of damage every crash, every
Right,
hijack
right,
has
right,
done.
right.
And it's not just the damage to the airline; it's a damage to the country, to the people.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's not that 1 or 2 people losing their life. It's
Exactly.
180, 300, 400 people losing their life altogether. So it's not fun. I mean, people give bomb threat calls,
Right,
just
yeah.
hoax calls. They don't realize the procedure and the chaos that happens after that, because you have to do different, you have to follow certain procedures. You have to land the aircraft as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Then you have to analyze the things. I mean, you are creating ruckus in someone's work just for no reason, just for fun. So people should be aware of these things, that before using these kind of words, bomb or
Hijack or
hijack. So if they are identified, they can land in jail.
Nice.
So
दिस इज समथिंग जो बहुत ज़रूरी है सबको जानना. फन करने के टाइम पे हम शायद ये चीज़ें भूल जाते हैं, और हमें लगता है ठीक है, वी आर हैविंग फन, वी आर मेकिंग रील्स इज अगेन
Yeah.
ट्रेंड. रील्स के चक्कर में लोग कुछ भी कर रहे हैं आज के टाइम
Yeah.
पे. सो प्लीज़ डोंट यूज़ दीज काइंड ऑफ वर्ड्स, बिकॉज यू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द सिचुएशन. वो एक ऐसे सिचुएशन पे हमें लैंड कर सकता है जो शायद क्योर करना या उस सिचुएशन को सस्टेन करना या उसको रोक पाना बहुत टफ हो सकता है. अभी तक हमने जो कवर करा है वो बात की हमने कैबिन क्रू और पायलट के ऊपर. मैं एक समराइज करता हूँ थोड़ा सा इसको. फॉर बिकमिंग अ कैबिन क्रू यू जस्ट नीड 12th मार्क्स दैट यू नीड. आप 12th में आपके पास में मैथ्स एंड
for pilot you need maths and physics.
Cabin crew
it's
वो भी नहीं
okay.
चाहिए.
वो भी नहीं चाहिए.
Wow, you just so 12th pass out can apply for cabin crew. Easily you can go and give walk-in interviews. Walk-in interviews इनके head office में होते होंगे, I believe.
Some airlines conduct walk-in interviews in different like some farms and some
okay.
hotels also.
Nice. You don't need 60-70 lakhs for that. You can easily go and apply for that position. If you will be getting shortlisted, hardly 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees will be the expense. That covers everything. When I talk about pilot, commercial pilot के लिए 12th पास होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Maths and physics का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. And then there are several steps that you need to follow. Overall costing will be something around 60 to 70 lakh. But the opportunities are there. Everyone who is 12th pass out can apply for that if you are below 32 or maybe 35 years of age. All right. Now, Sangeeta, let's talk about the aviation industry. Indian aviation market size is approx 13.89 billion US dollars, और expect किया जा रहा है कि ये 2030 तक पहुंचने टाइम तक it will reach like 26 billion.
Absolutely. I mean,
Absolutely.
India is right now the third largest
थर्ड लार्जेस्ट
aviation market.
एविएशन डोमेस्टिक
And
के मामले में
domestic के मामले में, and it's a huge thing. I mean, I have seen aviation growing from 2016.
Yeah.
I joined aviation in 2016.
Right.
I've seen a exponential growth
Right.
in aviation. I mean, I've seen when aircrafts were not having much loads, empty aircrafts, and now suddenly you don't get seats.
Right.
On
Right,
flights,
right.
like you have to, like for us, like staff travel and the perks that we get, so many times you don't get the seats because the loads are so full.
Yeah.
So aviation has grown drastically.
Exactly. So we have seen this changes, like you're explaining 2016 to 2024 we are talking about, and as per the research we are talking about 2030. So aviation market is growing drastically. We already discussed on it. What are the career opportunities are there in aviation industries? आज के टाइम पे एक यूथ जनरेशन के लिए एविएशन इंडस्ट्री में क्या क्या ऑप्शंस हैं?
There are a lot of opportunities in aviation. It's not just about becoming a pilot and
Yeah.
becoming a crew. There are a lot more. For example, you can apply for ground staff.
Okay.
You can be an aeronautical engineer. You
Yeah.
can apply for engineering in the engineering department. And there are commercial staff. There are load and trim dispatcher. Dispatcher is basically they prepare the flight plan, and they prepare the routing, and they prepare the fuel and everything. So it's not just about pilot and crew. There are lots of fields where you can join.
Okay.
For dispatchers also, I think there are certain courses that you can go for. ATC, air traffic controller, I mean, you can apply for that also. There are lots of jobs in ATC also. I think you can check on online about these things. The ATC, I think it comes under Airport Authority of India. So you can check their website, you can check the details about it. So many things are there. It's not just, for example, there are loyalty teams. Like airlines have their loyalty programs, there are loyalty teams, there are HRs, and there are, for example, PR teams also for the promotion and all. So there are a lot of things in aviation that you can do. It's not just about crew.
Can you suggest us some websites on which our youth generation or we can go and check all the openings and kind of opportunities that are available in the aviation market?
Careers page of the airline.
Careers page of the airline. So
You'll get the authentic information there.
All right.
Because I have come across so many people. I get
Okay.
messages from so many people on LinkedIn and on Instagram also. They ask me about they tell me about some agent who's telling them that they are getting them job in the airline, and they are supposed to pay this much amount. No, you don't have to go through the agents. You can actually just straight away go to the careers page of the website and check the openings there. And as far as I know, most of the airlines they don't charge money.
Okay.
Like even for cabin crew, for example, if they ask you to deposit some amount, they return that amount to you after some time. They don't keep your money. They return that amount to you after some time. That is basically a security. Because for example, you do the training, airline is paying for your training, and you suddenly change your job and you suddenly quit the airline. So airline has that loss.
Right.
So just for security, they are keeping that money, and as far as I know, they return it.
Okay. अभी तक तो हमने सिर्फ और सिर्फ करियर से रिलेटेड ही बातें की हैं. लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट नीड टू बी डिस्कस्ड. अभी हमारे कॉकपिट का एक्सपीरियंस बाकी है, एज अ केबिन क्रू एक्सपीरियंस बाकी है, वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस बाकी है. वी विल टॉक अबाउट द वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस, और ऐसे कई टॉपिक्स अभी रह रहे हैं. आई बिलीव इस एपिसोड को शायद हमें 2 पार्ट में लॉन्च करना पड़े.